Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internet. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting next to me, as always, Words Magoo himself, Aaron Brooks.
Thank you.
You remember Mr. Magoo?
I do remember Mr. Magoo.
It's a great cartoon.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to transition, but
Okay.
I'm here for more Mr. Magoo talk, though.
It was not Mr. Magoo.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Mr. Magoo.
Please continue.
I was just going to tell you that I have many leather-bound books.
I'm even more of a fan of Anchorman, so... Do you remember a time, we're going to get into antiquated common phrases in just a minute, because we know that's what you're here for, but I saw a post the other day that said, do you remember a time when all guys used to do, before we sent memes back and forth to each other, was just sit around and quote Will Ferrell movies? We just old school Anchorman, Ricky Bobby, Step Brother. I mean, just all we did was just talk about Ricky Bobby quotes. Speaking of quotes, we're going to talk about today. I found this list on our old pals Ranker. Again, not a sponsor. We keep vowing we're not going to use them anymore because they don't sponsor anything, but
Here we are.
But they had a list called the common phrases that are completely antiquated. In other words, if you're not sure I don't know what we're going to end up titling this episode, but it's a phrase that we use all the time that kind of sort of connects to its history. More often than not, it's just become a slang phrase that we use.
Sure.
But it has deeper origins behind it. And so we're gonna look backwards and we're gonna look at some of these phrases and try to figure out which one we think's the best. Which one, either it's the best phrase or the story behind it's the best or something like that.
I think this is really interesting as an episode, especially for talking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is finally an episode.
Yes,
that you don't have to. We're not going to say you need to go watch the video version of this.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
we started only as an audio podcast.
Yeah,
and so this is a little throwback to that.
Yeah,
the golden age of radio.
Yes.
You know,
this is classic Best Things.
It is. So we're talking about words today.
So listen, if you're watching on video, go listen to the audio.
Listen to it. Don't watch.
This is one. Do not watch it. Go listen to it.
There was a massive wreck the other day. A truck turned over down at Little Rock. I don't know if you heard about it or not, but it was carrying thousands of copies of thesauruses.
Oh, really?
Yes. Overturned there on I-40. They say that onlookers were stunned, startled, aghast, taken aback, stupefied, confused, shocked, rattled, paralyzed, dazed, bewildered, mixed up, surprised, all dumbfounded, nonplussed, and flabbergasted.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
We're going to talk about words.
We're going to talk about words. By golly, we're going to get our thesaurus jokes in now. Because goodness gracious, there's not going to be a time for any other. Was that specific to I-40? Like, did that have that in your little joke there?
No.
Okay.
It didn't.
I was like, I'm impressed that somebody from Arkansas would make a joke like that.
Nobody from Arkansas was smart enough to think of that one.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I don't know that there's a lot of banter to preamble this.
Oh, preamble.
We're going to break out our high cotton vocabulary today. Woo! All right. So I think we just jump right in, don't you?
Let's I don't know.
We had it.
We had it. Dang it.
We had it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
Okay, if you were a regular of the pod, you know how this works. We're going to reference stuff from time to time here. And as we do, we have the freedom and the luxury to be able to smash this little Taco Bell bell. And when you hear that noise, then one of us will be taking one of these things all the way to the semi-quarterfinal. Remember what it is. The semifinals, I believe. No, it's quarterfinals, right? I don't know.
We don't know.
Yes, it's the quarterfinals. And then it's an automatic 1 or 2 seed, and then we'll do the rest of the bracketing after that point. Mr. Brooks, would you like to get us started here? We have a list from Ranker that we can kind of follow. We may exhaust that list and go elsewhere, or we may just want to bounce all around. I'm not sure what we want to do, but sir, you have the calm here.
Thank you. I like old phrases.
Yeah.
And some of these I've forgotten that we used to say, and we need to bring these back. These are better than saying things like 6'7". Okay.
Yeah, you are right.
Or I have been told that Cindy is a new one.
Oh my gosh.
Sendy, not a lady named Cindy.
You know, hold on. Can we? I don't even know if it's still in here. I want to see if it's still in here. I don't think it is. We haven't done a... Oh, it is in here.
Welcome to the best things.
These aren't the best things. These are the worst things.
We're going to bring it back for this one. You Gen Z and Alphas, we got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, there's a phrase.
Yeah, a bone. I need to write that. I want to start. We say so many because we're old men now. I'm gonna try to look some of these up. Yeah, you've recently kind of gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, haven't you?
I have.
Okay, so please talk to the people real quick while I look some of
On
these
my social media the other day, I found it funny. We were at the doctor's appointment for our unborn baby that's on the way. Erica had one of those glucose tests to do, and they wrote her number down on a sticky note and handed it to her. We walked out and she looked at it, and it was 67. And I just cracked up because a couple of weeks ago I was trying to get my niece to explain to me
Yeah, no.
why they say 6'7".
Yeah.
At just the most random time. She could not tell me what the meaning was. Turns out from my Googling that it really doesn't have a meaning. Some people say it just kind of means so-so.
Okay.
Or, as they said a few years ago, mediocre. But they say it to the most stupid random things.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't get it anymore. It's just dumb. I'm going to quickly go through, because I just pulled up. I said 55. I'm not going to read all 55. But Gen Alpha Slang Words with Meanings, because we need the meanings, by Parade Magazine. Brain rot. Okay, that's just spending too much time online. This is the dumb one. Skibidi.
that's where I was headed next. And it's not just skibidi. There you add other modifiers.
Like Skibidi Ohio Riz.
There you go.
It's a phrase.
Yes.
We're talking about bad to the bone. Okay, that makes Skibidi Ohio Riz makes no sense.
Now, I have been told that when you add the modifier Ohio to something, that it makes it even worse. That Ohio is a way that you insult people.
Okay, so yeah, Skibidi Ohio Riz is to call someone weird.
Okay. I do not know the definition of skibidi.
So it was named after the popular YouTube series called Skibidi Toilet.
It is. Have you ever seen the video?
No.
It is stupid. There is this talking thing that comes out of a toilet.
Yeah, it says most of the videos show toilets with heads of grown men spinning and talking while singing songs.
Yes, it is stupid.
This slang, skibidi, could mean good, bad, or cool. What?
So we don't know what it means.
What is language anymore?
Riz, I feel like, is charisma.
I can get on board with that one. It's
Like,
just
if you
shortening.
shorten it.
Yeah, that's it. The
I get
Rizzler has someone with a lot of charisma.
Skibidi Riz is supposed to be good, I think.
Okay. The charm shown by a male skibidi toilet to a female skibidi. This is so stupid.
Like
Giat.
Sigma. That's another one.
Giat is to express strong excitement or surprise. Sigma means popular, dominant, independent leader, like a Sigma male.
The slang of today is so much more stupid than the slang of the 80s and 90s.
Right, yeah.
Like, you could at least understand what somebody was saying.
But you got to think, okay, let's go back in time. It's somebody saying groovy for the first time. Does that, I mean, we know it now as lame and old because that's what, our parents would, but like, I'm trying to put myself in 1960 or whatever when that would first pop up.
I just don't think that
What's
it carried
groovy
with
mean?
it the same level of idiocy that Skibidi Toilet Riz or Skibidi Ohio does.
Phantom tax? I've never even heard of that one.
Neither have I. Sus is suspect.
Or suspicious, yeah. So, I mean, again, you're shortening something.
shorten
I'm okay with shortening stuff.
That's fine. Okay, give us the definition of Ohio. Am I correct?
Something weird, cringy, or odd comes from the many references that strange incidents only happen in Ohio.
So I'm down with making fun of Ohio.
I am too. I'm here for it.
I would personally, though, I would like to say, can we get one of those change.org petitions going? Let's make it Mississippi instead, guys.
Yes.
Yes,
I agree. You have cap and no cap. Something's true or not true.
I understand that one. I just don't know why.
I don't know why it came about. Aura. They're talking a lot about aura, negative aura. That's, whatever. Bruh. I don't think that's fairly new. Salty. That's been around for a minute. 8. I hate 8.
I don't know that one.
You ate that, meaning like you did good. You did that well.
Oh, I thought if you ate something, like if you were skating and you ate the sidewalk.
Right, yeah.
Like you tripped and fell and
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was.
Noob. Noob has been around for a while.
That's a long time.
Zang is a remix of the word dang.
Why? Why?
It's like they're changing stuff just to be changing
Just
stuff.
to change it.
Bet has been around for a while. I consider that more Gen Z. Yeet is also
It's annoying.
Yeet is already gone. Like
Yeah, it's not cool.
That's
to say
not cool
yeet.
anymore. Lit, low key, bop. Just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Never heard that. What does that mean?
We're gonna put this on TikTok and let everybody roast us. All these young kids, you'll be old one day too.
Hey, does it actually have a meaning?
Yeah, hold on. This
Okay.
phrase means that you're taking.
I want to see. I want to see if I can figure out how this is supposed to be used. Okay.
I'm doing it right now. If that makes you feel.
What?
There's some 14-year-old that's right now listening, probably not, who's literally telling me right now, put the fries in the bag, bro.
Does it mean shut up?
It means
Hurry?
You're taking too long and need to spit it out. It
Why
could also
say
be an
many
insult.
words when few words do?
It could also be an insult to tell somebody to be quiet. Oh my gosh, Delulu.
I would assume that means delusional.
Yes.
I don't think that's a really great shortening of the word.
Yeah. Simp. I've heard this. I have no idea what it means. If someone is a simp, they need a lot of attention, are over submissive, or do too much for someone they like. Okay. Ick.
See, I thought ick was just a word that people have used for years.
Yeah. Cringe. It's just, again, it's short for cringy, which is a discomfort or embarrassment.
Like I would say ick and cringe are synonyms.
Yeah.
They mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Opposite.
Is when an enemy is out to get you. They're the opposition.
Opposition. Okay.
Savage. They're a savage, meaning they're daring or bold. L. So take that L. Take a loss. Twin is your best friend. That's my twin. It's giving. Oh my gosh.
Giving.
Ugh.
I don't know that one.
That phrase. I've heard it from time to time. This slang phrase describes when someone or something exudes a vibe or feeling. For example, it's giving winter cozy vibes. I get the. Well, I can. When you're saying it's giving, fall is giving fire pit vibes. I'm okay, but just that it's giving. Just I don't know. It's the old white man in me coming out. I guess. Pookie is someone you love.
I think that's a word that's been around a long time.
It's been around for a while. I guess it's just coming back. Hits different. What I love most is the description Parade magazine gives. Hits different. The definition is when something hits different.
How old was this person that wrote this?
Not gonna lie. Okay, that's pretty OG. I said we weren't gonna go through all 55, but I guess we are. OG, original gangster. That's been around for a while. Drip.
I've been told you're not supposed to say that one anymore.
Drip?
Like, yeah.
Really?
You're not cool if you say drip anymore.
Okay.
Drip is out.
Flex. That's been around. The T.
Okay, see, people used to say spill the tea, as in let's gossip about this and tell me. Is that what that means?
Yes, they've just shortened it to,
okay.
Yeah. Goat is greatest of all time. That's been around forever. Sheesh.
People have said sheesh forever, though.
See, this was back in my old youth pastor days, so I know this one.
Does it not mean the same thing that it did 30 years ago?
Kind of like just disbelief and wow. But it's just, you can't just say sheesh.
Oh, you have to put the
sheesh.
emphasis.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's mad lit.
Wait, lit was already on here.
Yeah, but this is
so
mad
lit is even...
I guess they didn't realize mad has been around since like the 80s. A vibe, that's been around for bussin'. I feel like that's older too.
I do, yeah.
Chad Alpha.
So I know people have been saying Chad. I have not heard Chad Alpha.
I guess that's just a man, an alpha being a strong man. Glaze is when you praise somebody too much to the point of being annoying or cringe. Mog. To be significantly more attractive than someone. You mogging if you're the best looking among your friends.
Hey, some of us got it, some ain't.
Dog water.
I assume that means that they're ugly or...
You didn't do a good job or extremely bad.
Like, okay.
You straight up dog water.
Yeah.
Oh, there's somebody listening to this with their kids in the car right now, and they're just losing their mind.
Your essay was dog water. I'm going to start using dog water. I think I'm going to start using that one for stuff.
Slay. I feel like we already said that one. Fam has been around forever. Yep. Yapping. Okay.
Talking too much, right?
Yeah. So some are not new, but definitely the top of that list is rough. So yeah, I think those are our worst things.
The worst. The ones that we're going to go through are significantly better.
Yes. And like those, I feel like a lot of those don't have strong origin stories.
No.
A lot of these that we're going to talk through do.
Yes. And that is a key to a good phrase, to a good, just a use of our language.
I should not have went away from my page because when I refreshed it or I came back to it, all of my Thanos snapping has gone away now.
Oh, no. You got to redo it.
So, Aaron, why don't you hit us with the first good one?
Okay. Well, I think this is one of the ones that I still use quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead.
We're coming out the gate with a 1 or 2 seed.
I think I'm going to go ahead and take this one.
Where do you want it? 1 or 2?
Well, I don't know. I need to think on that for a second.
Okay.
Close, but no cigar.
Yes.
I feel like that's a quality phrase.
All right, tell us the story. I should say these all have stories to them, or at least a reference to them. I have not heard most of these. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
I have either.
We're kind of. This is one of our classic. We're going through a list blind. So
during carnivals in the 1800s, cigars were rewarded as prizes for winning carnival games.
Oh, wow.
The updated saying would be close, but no stuffed teddy bear.
Okay. Wow.
Doesn't carry quite the same.
Not as much, no.
Going hand in hand with this is a phrase that I also use, and that is close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Have you ever used that one?
I have never heard that one, but I like it. Very accurate.
I just love the fact that cigars were handed out.
I know.
As carnival prizes.
Yes.
Like, smoking used to be so cool.
Oh, it really did.
Like, even not that long ago, in our modern day.
I mean, we remember times when there was smoking sections in restaurants, which looking back on it feels like the dumbest thing in the world that there is smoking sections.
One of the worst things ever would be to go into a restaurant, ask for non-smoking, and it's like 2 rows side by side. So you might be in the non-smoking section, but literally across from us, dude's over here puffing away on it, and you're just overwhelmed.
I'm sorry, sir. You're not in the smoking section. What can I do? I mean, I get if it's a full separate room, but like literally 2 feet away, somebody's smoking.
I heard somebody ask the question just yesterday, do you know anybody that actually still smokes? And they were like, oh, yeah. And they started just rattling off people. I feel like I know significantly fewer people who smoke now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've definitely done their job by hiking the prices up and stuff like that.
Again, we have talked about in the past that we're not guys who are really into alcohol. So in fact, I told somebody this yesterday when we were talking about smoking. I said, look, if I were somebody who consumed alcohol, one place I could not do that would be at a ball game because just the price of it would keep me from doing it. Smoking, when I look at the prices that people pay for cigarettes, for cancer sticks, like I'm going to give myself cancer and pay them to do it. I'm just like, wow, that's a lot of money to spend on. But it wasn't that long ago that just wild the places that people would smoke.
Well, and you could get them for real cheap. I mean, there were billboards everywhere. On Times Square was known for the Marlboro Man, and all these baseball fields and stuff like that were named. And now they've just the whole reason. Like I saw this stat or this number the other day, and it just blew me away. The fact that Australia has really tried to tackle this big time.
Okay.
And so now you can get 20 cigarettes in Australia. Guess how much a pack of those, just a pack of 20, just one single pack of cigarettes is in Australia right now?
A single pack of cigarettes, $4.79.
I'm trying to for reference what that is in the States.
Okay.
Average pack of cigarettes in the U.S. The standard pack is $8 here. Okay.
What?
So it's $8 for a pack of 20 cigarettes.
Okay, I'm way low.
Yeah, so recalibrate a little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to assume it's more than that. So I'll go $10.
Okay. A standard pack of 20 factory-made cigarettes in Australia is roughly $50 to $60. They are doing everything they can to stamp it out. Yet there's still people paying that stuff. Even in the States, there's still people paying $8 for one. And they're not just, you got people smoking multiple packs a day.
Yeah.
So
it's a really costly hobby.
It really is. If you're still smoking, you got to let us know what it is.
But the phrase "close but no cigar," it's a good phrase.
It is a good phrase. Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to go ahead and go number 2 with it.
We're going to go 2.
I don't know. There might be something I like better, so I want to leave spot number 1 open and take it number 2. Close but no cigar. Your second.
Okay. The next phrase on here is, that's a good one too. Burning the midnight oil. So, of course, this one is kind of a little bit still self-explanatory in a lot of ways. I guess for, if you know what oil was used for at one point. But working extra hard late into the night. So, before electricity, candlelight, before candles, oil, I guess candles were probably also still around at this point, but a lot of times they would use oil lanterns. So the oil in the lantern would kind of soak into the wick, and so it would burn on the top, and that keeps fuel for a while. So if you were staying up late to work, you literally burned oil at midnight to get your work done. And that's where this phrase came about. But have you seen, this is new revelation to me, and it kind of ties into this phrase a little bit. Apparently, I have heard recently that before electricity in this era, people slept twice at night. Have you heard this?
No.
Supposedly, you would, because the sun would set, like 7 o'clock or something.
Right. And
so you would go to sleep when the sun set. Well, you don't sleep that long. You're not going to sleep all the way till, whatever time, 6:37, whatever time the sun wakes up. So people would go to sleep and then just naturally wake up at like midnight or something, and they'd have dinner, they would eat, they'd play games for a couple hours, and then go back to sleep.
Wow.
And then they wake up at their a normal time that we do now. So
then that one of our listeners that we have talked to, Jason.
yes.
This would fit him perfectly.
Yeah?
He does that.
Really?
I was on the phone with him last night at 7:30, and he's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I think I'm about ready to go to sleep. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's about bedtime, and he'll wake up
Yeah.
1, 2 in the morning. Like, I got up this morning, have text messages from him that he sends me overnight. And he's like, I like to get up, 1, 2, 3 in the morning and just kind of enjoy the quiet. Nobody else is awake. Watch some TV, sit outside, whatever. And then, maybe take another little nap later on.
My body won't let me do that.
It's what he does.
I'm a zombie. Even after I wake up, I'm still a zombie for a few hours. All right, what else we got?
Jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, this is a good one.
I did not know the origin of this phrase. It's one that I would use quite a bit, though, especially sports related. We call people bandwagon fans a lot. And we're going back to the mid-1800s, and this time instead of carnivals, it's circuses.
Yeah.
So they would parade around town before setting up with bandwagons leading the parade. They drew large crowds. Politicians started renting space on the bandwagons to get face time with the audience. And over time, politicians would make calls of action not to jump on the opponent's bandwagon.
Oh, wow.
And the phrase took on a negative connotation, meaning to mindlessly go along with whatever became flashy or popular.
Okay.
And so...
Man, that feels like one you should hit the button on.
You know what? You talked me into it. You talked me. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon.
That's sports and politics.
It is.
Just intersecting
together.
right there. Yeah.
Good job. I'm on that bandwagon. Let's put it number 1.
Okay.
Obviously, it's right down my alley. And so I'm glad to know the origin behind that because it's two of the things I love the most.
That is a really good origin story. I like that.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
This is going to be one of the most informative, educational episodes we have done in a while.
It is. It is. People wanted us to be higher class. People wanted us to be smarter. And so they're getting
I don't know if you're getting
for.
that, but you're going to get more information from us.
Jumping on the bandwagon. What is the worst bandwagon that you can think of? What are the bandwagons that come to mind when you think of bandwagoners?
That one year I followed the Titans. They were really good.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be my team. And I was sorely disappointed. You get a lot of bandwagoners for like the Yankees get a lot of bandwagon fans.
Yes.
And they always get made fun of it too. Like there's people that will wear the Yankees hat because it's just fashionable too. Like you see these celebrities wear it, so you're going to wear it. You've got like, I would almost say that about the Cowboys, although I don't know that you can be a bandwagon of the Cowboys anymore.
I feel like it's cool to hate the Cowboys now.
I think the Chiefs is probably a good bandwagon team.
There you go.
They're the bandwagon team now.
Yes. I would say the Patriots there were a lot of bandwagon Tom Brady Patriot fans.
There was a lot of bandwagon Bulls fans back in the day.
Now it's LeBron. I think there's a lot of people, they're fans because they're not a fan of the team. They're a fan of LeBron.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, I'm all in on the Lakers. I'm all in on the Cavs. I'm all in on.
But I feel like the tide may be turning to where it's cool to hate LeBron a little bit now too.
Well, I hope so. I hope I hope we're switching bandwagons here from pro LeBron to anti LeBron.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not a bandwagon fan of that. I have been anti-LeBron from day number 1.
Yeah.
But I would welcome those of you to join the bandwagon.
I think I don't think I had a problem with him until he went to Miami. I think when he was with the Cavs, he was just I don't think I was never a big fan of his, but I didn't hate him. I don't hate him as a person. But
people gotta understand.
Yeah. But when he did the whole decision, and
the decision was a big turning point,
big blunder.
But it always annoyed me just the fact that from the time he was 18, that he was King James. I
agree, self-appointed.
It was just grating
you're absolutely
on your
right.
nerves.
Yeah.
And so all of those things leading up to the decision and that point forward was like, okay, there's no way I can be a fan of this guy.
We've said many times we're not a political podcast, but I think we're seeing in the last 10 years, probably even less than that, especially the last 2, this phrase jumping on the bandwagon seems to have picked up more steam with politics as well. Because you have people who are just blindly hopping on the new trendy fun thing.
Yes.
And the new politician
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Without knowing anything that they believe in.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, this is the celebrity I follow follows this person, so this is where I'm going.
Celebrity endorsements have always annoyed me.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody who has been like, I think I'm going to vote for this person because XYZ celebrity endorsed them.
Yeah.
And it just annoys me that that politicians will even pay them.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. People don't realize that. Like your favorite celebrity that's endorsing a politician, they are getting paid.
Yeah.
This is not something they're doing out of the goodness of their heart. They are getting paid.
It's not a charity thing for them.
If they're showing up at some event giving a speech, they are getting paid
for it.
Now, if they do it on their own social, well, they're probably still getting paid. Like if they talk to you, like very few times are they going to be in a public forum.
Yeah.
And not be getting paid to share it.
It just doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't feel authentic at all.
I have always, since we're talking politics for a second, I'm going to throw this out there too. I have always wondered what the purpose in a yard sign was for politicians. I don't get it. I've never been walking down my neighborhood and see somebody with a political sign in their yard. He goes, I was going to vote for the other guy, but whew, man, you have a sign in your yard. I've never one time thought that. Maybe it used to make sense when you knew your neighbors and but nobody knows their neighbors anymore. We go out of our ways to avoid talking to our neighbors. We don't know who we're living by.
And I felt that same thing just on a national level, like presidential candidates, why they spend so much money on TV advertising.
Right.
Like, who is under such a rock that you didn't in the last election that you did not know Donald Trump and Kamala Harris were running against each other?
Yeah.
Like, do you really need to advertise to tell us that this is taking place?
Yeah.
I get it if it's a local election, maybe your city council or something like that. Signs might raise awareness for a certain person. At some point, it feels like the campaign gets large enough. Like, it's just kind of unnecessary.
It's not needed anymore. That ad buy stuff doesn't matter as much anymore. Okay, next one on the list. I get another practical one. Roll up the window.
It feels strange that we need to. Nobody in our listening audience probably needs the definition.
Y'all don't need the definition of this, but there are people out there that have no idea why it's called roll up the window. We both very well know what that means, and of course you do too. But just in case you are, 18 and listening to this pod, we're gonna clip this and put it on TikTok. That's what we're gonna do. The phrase "roll up the window," believe it or not, came from a time where you literally had to crank a window up and down to be able to get just put that, like, we take it for granted now. But it didn't feel like that long ago where that was like if you ordered some Taco Bell, number one, you didn't do it on the app.
You didn't do it on the app.
You had to roll down your window, talk to the person, and God forbid it's raining. You don't go to the drive-thru. You just don't do it because it takes too long.
Now, I'm curious, is there a sense in which you use this phrase for something other than rolling up the window?
No. So this is a very specific phrase.
Like, I don't know if this is like an insult, like, bro, roll up the window. I'm trying to, is there a way that we can use this?
We need to get that started.
Roll up the window.
When you're trying to tell somebody to hurry up, dude, roll up the window.
Maybe that's...
We need to start doing that, yeah.
Like bandwagon, burning them. These are all phrases that we use, but roll up the window is not one I don't think anybody uses.
I kind of like that.
But I kind of like it.
Yeah, when you want somebody to hurry up. Dude, roll up the window. Come on, let's go.
Well, I invented one the other night. I told somebody, I'm going to mash your potatoes. I don't even know what that means. Like, I've never heard anybody say it, but it just sounded like that should be some kind of an insult to somebody. Like, bro, I'm going to mash your potatoes.
I laughed so hard I broke my mic stand.
Well, good. I broke mine earlier.
Go ahead. Give us another one.
Get off your high horse.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Man, you're getting all the good ones.
Get off your high horse. Before the automobile, all right, youngins, listen up here. Cars haven't always been around.
We need all of our demographic listening to this. Start sending this to your kids or your Gen Z friends and stuff to make them cool and hip.
So it was a sign of prominence if you owned a horse, since nobility and high-ranking military officials were primarily the ones who owned them. To get off your high horse literally meant to dismount your horse and humble yourself. Today, it's implied that the person is acting superior often in a moral context. And that's the way that I always, in my political text thread that we have, some of my buddies, they're always talking about certain politicians, like, they need to get off their high horse.
Yeah.
That they kind of looking down their nose at somebody. There's
That's
another
right.
phrase, looking down your nose at somebody.
I wonder if that's on here too.
It should be if it's not.
Yeah.
But get off your high horse.
That's a good one. I'm not taking it, but that's a good one. Mad as a hatter.
I like this phrase.
I don't ever use this. I have heard it, but I have never used it. In the 17th and 18th centuries, hat makers or hatters often had cognitive issues or went mad as a result of mercury poisoning, a side effect of manufacturing felt hats. The famous Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland also played on this phenomenon. So this was a real thing. I had no idea.
I didn't know it was real either.
So the mercury, I guess, that they were using poisoned them, and I guess that causes you to go, whoo-hoo. So you get mad as a hatter.
So Alice in Wonderland is how I originally knew the Mad Hatter.
Right, yeah.
And Les Miles. These are the two things when you talk about the Mad as a Hatter, I think of Alice in Wonderland and Les Miles.
That's a good one. Man, I'm tempted to take that.
It is good.
Ooh, I don't know. I need to start making a side list.
The origin story of that is really good.
Really good.
Because there were a lot of dangerous things that people used to do. Like, I didn't know. Like back when Coca-Cola put cocaine in Coke.
Right. Yeah.
Like, man, that was awesome back in those days.
Yeah.
So Mad as a Hatter. I like that. Take it with a grain of salt.
This is a good one.
This one, they say, goes back to 77 AD.
Goodness gracious.
So this is really old, guys. Really old. Take it with a grain of salt. And it says it wasn't used in its modern sense, though, until around the 17th century. A grain of salt was thought to aid in the digestion of food and also as a component in an antidote for poison. So for hundreds of years, the phrase was literal.
Oh my gosh, this is a good one too.
The figurative meaning, don't take everything at face value, but you can use your own discernment to sort out the truth. And here's the passage where this originated. Came from Pliny's Naturalis Historia. After the defeat of that mighty monarch Mithridates, Pompeius found in his private cabinet a recipe for an antidote in his own handwriting. It was to the following effect. Take 2 dried walnuts, 2 figs, and 20 leaves of rue, pound them all together with the addition of a grain of salt. If a person takes this mixture fasting, he will be proof against all poisons for that day.
That's really interesting.
This is a good one.
So, I mean, you're
this one's got,
oh my goodness.
It's really old.
And it was used wrong for, what they thought hundreds of years was right.
Yes.
Oh man! Oh,
you gonna do it? You ought to do it. This was.
There's so many I don't know. This is one of those times where I don't know what's out there. This is not like cartoon dogs. I know all the cartoon dogs. I don't know what's out there. This is
sort of one of those blind ranking things that we're doing.
This is tough.
Like, take it with a grain of salt. One that people still
I like both of those really well. I think I like the story of Mad Hatter better.
You do?
The poisoning makes it interesting.
This was poison.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt.
You're gonna take it with a grain of salt.
I'm gonna put it at 2. I'm gonna leave myself some grace.
1 grain of salt. My question is, were the grains of salt bigger than?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
How big was a grain of salt at that point?
That's hard to do. Okay. Dressing to the nines. They were dressed to the nines. Meant that you were rich enough to literally purchase the entire 9 yards it took to make a tailor-fit outfit, including the vest, jacket, etc. Still used today to mean that someone is dressed at their best. So
this is one that I've heard. Didn't have a clue what it meant.
No idea what it meant.
I knew it meant that you were just decked out, dressed to the nines. Time to face the music. In Great Britain and the early American colonial era, disgraced military officers were drummed out of their regiment when discharged. Nowadays, this implies that we have to face the fallout of our misdeeds.
That's
so
good.
You're going to have to face the consequences or face the music.
Oh, man. That's good.
We need to bring back drumming. Like, somebody does something. Somebody needs to just drum it.
So what you're saying is when Sam Pittman got fired, the drum line should have been behind him.
Man, we should have had a public drumming.
That's probably where that came from too.
Tar and feathering people, public drummings. Like what? We were a proper society at one time. This should be the norm for schools when they fire coaches. We ought to bring back some of these things, like facing the music. Like, what a way! Like, ride this guy out of town on a rail. There's another phrase.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. These are. I'm a linguistic nerd. I don't think that's the phrase, but like I like knowing the.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's called. I guess it's history, right? I've always been.
Well, it is history.
Carbon copy. This is one again that I feel like doesn't need a lot of explanation, but maybe it does to some people. But before copying machines were an office staple, copies were made by sliding a piece of carbon paper between the original document and a blank piece of paper. Though an intermediary paper soaked in ink is no longer necessary, this phrase still means an exact copy. So this is also, for those that may not know, when you send an email and you see CC up there, that's what this means. We're going to copy this email to somebody else. Now, this CC was also more important back in the day before you could send to multiple people. Like there used to be a time when you would send email, you could send it to one person. That's what the carbon copy was for. So,
and then the BCC,
it's a blind carbon.
Blind carbon. If you don't want them to know who's in the other email,
yeah, exactly.
You can BCC somebody.
Okay, so I'm not taking that. I used to have to use carbon copy stuff all the time back in the day.
Get it on your hands.
You got that stuff on your
Blackballed is our next phrase. I did know the history of this one.
Okay,
I think this might be the first one. Well, I mean, I knew carbon copy and roll up the window, but blackball. In the 18th century, social clubs, membership was voted upon by committee. And so an anonymous vote was cast using different colored balls. And a positive vote was cast with a red ball. But if you cast a vote with a black ball, it was a negative vote. And some clubs required only one black ball, and you were not allowed membership.
Oh, okay.
So to blackball somebody or to blacklist somebody would be to reject them and deny them. Yep. Deny them entry.
That's really interesting. I think of the balls like that. I think of Minority Report. Remember that movie?
Oh,
because they would have the ball that would come out. It would be, if it was a red ball, of course, there was an inverse, but if it was a red ball, that meant there was murder. At the drop of a hat, instead of a gunshot to indicate the race has started in the 1800s, it was customary to drop a hat to begin the race.
I knew this one.
Yeah, I've heard that one before too. I like that a lot.
I knew this one. This also reminds me of somebody throwing their hat in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Same idea.
Same idea. Which I'm surprised, given the culture of today, we're still using guns which I guess they don't do it necessarily. Well, yeah, they still do it at races, right? I think I remember seeing it at the Olympics.
I thought they had like this loud tone that sounded.
Maybe they do. Yeah, I guess they do. I know I've seen that too, but I thought maybe I still saw them shooting blanks at the Olympics.
Pulling out all the stops.
I feel like I've heard this one before.
I've used this phrase several times, and let's see. I did not know this. It means to apply your best effort, to give your best for something. I'm pulling out all the stops for this.
Yes. Okay, that's what.
But it originated from when organists would pull the stops from every pipe on an organ in order to play at max volume.
Yeah, so if you don't know, these pipe organs back in the day, the volume was controlled by these stops, so that would keep the airflow from flowing all the way out, which carried the sound. So max volume, to do the absolute loudest, best, biggest you could, you had to pull out all the stops. That's what I remember. I thought I remember hearing it at one point. Straight from the horse's mouth.
I love this phrase.
Purchasing a horse was an expensive endeavor, and unless you knew where to look, you could easily be swindled. A horse's teeth, however, could tell you all you needed to know: the age, health, and general condition of the horse. So literally, the horse's mouth told you the truth. While to hear it from the horse's mouth is no longer literal, it means you are getting the truth from an indisputable source.
This also reminds me of another phrase that goes right along with it, and that is the saying, never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay.
Because if somebody's giving you something, you're just supposed to accept it and be grateful for it. You don't look the gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah. You don't want to know the truth.
You just accept it, and you're thankful that they gave you something, even if it's good. So straight from the horse's mouth. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
There's a phrase,
I've used it many times.
when bowing to nobility, a gentleman would literally put his best foot forward, extending his leg to take the bow.
So are they referencing like your dominant foot or the foot that looks the best? Like, was this a time where, they wore two different kinds of shoes and I got to put the best one out there?
So depending on how old this is, I guess, like in ancient times, they would have had on sandals.
So I guess
it's like if you had a good foot, like, oh, this is a really good looking foot.
I got a back corn on one foot, so I'm going to put the other one out there. Yeah.
I'm assuming it means your dominant foot.
Yeah, I would assume so too.
To hold your weight or whatever as you bow.
Yeah.
But you want to put your best foot forward.
In the nick of time, through the 18th century, businessmen often kept track of debts owed and interests that built on those loans by carving notches or nicks on a tally stick. When someone arrived to pay off their debt before the next tick was carved, they'd be saved that day's worth of interest, thus arriving in the nick of time. That's a pretty good one.
It is.
I
figured it meant Saint Nick showing up at Christmas.
Everything comes back to Christmas with you, doesn't it?
Delivers. Man, Erica was begging me last night to watch Christmas movies.
Seriously?
She was.
I'm just now drinking pumpkin spice lattes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean,
I want you to be proud of me because I said, we're so close to the Christmas season. We shouldn't watch Christmas movies yet and ruin it.
Yeah.
So
But you see, you're in the same spot you were 3 years ago where your Christmas is going to get interrupted here.
Oh, it is.
And so, I remember 3 years ago having this conversation and you saying, we're going to have to move some things up so we can take the full, enjoyment of them, because come week of Christmas, you're going to be taking care of a baby whilst taking care of a baby.
I don't know what we signed up for. We just came back from Colorado, and it has our favorite Christmas store called St. Nick's Collectibles, and it's a massive Christmas store. Been there for over 50 years, or I guess next year will be their 50th year. And we absolutely love going in there, and it smells like Christmas. It's just Christmas all over, and you go down into their basement, and it is just the most massive space of Christmas trees that you can buy.
Oh, yeah.
That are all fully lit and showing you, there was some really nice, like the most expensive one I saw in there was $5,600. It was an amazing Christmas tree.
Wow. I think you got the last one. Or on this list.
On this list, yeah. Okay, somebody's going to bite the bullet. That's one I've heard, and I knew this one. Do you know the origin?
I don't know this one.
When there was no painkiller available, so maybe on the battlefield, something like that.
Oh.
Somebody gets an injury, they're going to do surgery or something. You would bite down on the bullet during an operation. They're going to cut your arm off, your leg off, do an amputation. I've seen where they would give people sticks to bite on, but you had to do something.
Yeah.
And so you would bite the bullet.
Man, a bullet seems hard though. That would be. I mean, have you ever bit down on something for pain?
No,
I've done it before. I've bitten on a stick before. I've used a rag or something. It does help. Like, it just takes, I don't know if it's a blood thing, the blood's moving somewhere, if it takes your mind off of it momentarily, but it does help. But a bullet, man, that would hurt. I feel like that would hurt. Now, I'm admittedly a sensitive teeth kind of guy, but like that feels like that would just be worse. Probably not than a gunshot or an amputated arm.
Yeah, they'd take a swig of whiskey or whatever and bite the bullet. And so we use it today as, I'm going to endure something that I don't really want to have to bite the bullet and do it,
That's a good one. I asked ChatGPT to give me some more.
Okay.
So
I've got several as well.
I've got one, Saved by the Bell.
TV show, kids that are around today that you don't know. This is from the 80s, 90s?
I think the first season was 89 and then it bled into the 90s.
So is that the origin of this?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
In the 1700s, people feared being buried alive. I've heard this before. I love it. Some coffins had bells attached so that the dead could ring for rescue if they weren't actually dead. This actually happened a few times. Where they would, because technology was not what it is now to know what the heartbeats and stuff. And so if someone got, was just unconscious and they buried them, they could go ding, ding, ding. and
Yeah.
they were saved
Yeah.
by the bell. I like that one a lot.
That's a good one.
I need to write that.
That's a
one
good one. Let's see. Hang on. Let me get this pulled back up. Don't get your knickers in a twist.
I like that one.
This was British slang. Knickers, women's undergarments.
This was the American version would be "Don't get your panties in a wad."
Exactly. This one is fantastic that we have modernized it.
Yeah,
okay, so don't get your knickers in a twist. For ministry people, that would be the KJV version. Don't get your panties in a wad is like, I don't know.
That would be the NLT.
NLT, there you go. So the phrase paints a comic picture.
The message version would be "Don't get your thong in a bunch." That's man. We have just made a joke for a very tight sliver of our audience.
niche.
But you're rolling right now. You are rolling if you're listening to that.
So, somebody's flustered or tangled up, and it started showing up in print around the 1940s as a playful rebuke not to overreact to something. So, don't get your knickers in a bunch or in a twist or a wad nowadays, whatever.
I like this one a lot. Break the ice. Okay, you've heard of an icebreaker conversation, or church and small groups and meetings and stuff. You'll have icebreaker moments.
I'm going to take a guess that this has to do with like a ship breaking ice as it went through icy waters.
You are correct, sir.
Boom! Look at that.
Back before ships had icebreakers, small boats would go ahead of larger vessels to literally break the ice and clear the path, just like breaking tension in a conversation.
Too bad the Titanic didn't have one of those. We were talking before the podcast about jokes that are not appropriate to tell due to tragic events, and like the Titanic is funny now, I guess.
You can make jokes.
If you weren't around at that point, I guess people are like, we can make fun of that. We weren't here for it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Let's see. Heavens to Betsy. You ever heard that?
I have.
I've
used it.
The other one I've heard, and I don't know the origin of this one, but Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was who was it? What was the cartoon that did that? Heavens to Murgatroyd.
I don't know.
It was.
It's from a cartoon.
Yes, it's a dog or cat, and I can't remember. I want to say it was a cat.
Oh.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Just go ahead. I gotta look this up.
This one was first recorded in the 1850s in American newspapers. Nobody knows who Betsy was. It was likely just a rhyming, harmless stand-in name, like Jiminy Cricket or Great Scott. It softened an exclamation without sounding profane. So, if somebody wanted to say something today and they might slip in, something that was vulgar, you would say Heavens to Betsy instead.
Yeah. Snagglepuss.
There, okay.
Yeah. Snagglepuss. Okay. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
That's right.
And this even,
yes.
know? Yeah. Man, old school cartoons are the best. Let me pull up my list here. Cat got your tongue.
Okay, I've heard that one.
So they say this may trace back to the cat o' nine tails whip used back in the day. Victims were often left speechless from pain, hence the cat got your tongue. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense than where I thought it would go.
Just a literal cat.
I thought it was going to have something to do with an actual cat.
Yeah, no.
A stitch in time saves 9.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
A proverb from the early 1700s. It compares repairing a small tear in cloth immediately, 1 stitch, to waiting until it grows, needing 9 or more. So, fix problems early rather than letting them build up and grow,
That makes total sense. To butter somebody up.
Oh, now this ought to be good.
In ancient India, people threw balls of butter at statues of gods to gain favor.
Really?
So the flattery stuck around in a less messy way.
Huh.
So if you wanted to gain favor, you threw a butter ball at a statue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
All right. Now hold your horses.
I see what you did there.
Literally meant to rein in the horses before rushing. It was found in print as early as 1844 in American newspapers and directed at impatient people. slow down, be patient.
Yes.
Hold your horses.
I like it.
I tell that to kids quite a bit. Like, hold your horses now.
Because you are also 80. Okay, caught red-handed. I like this one a lot. Old Scottish law said that if you were caught with blood literally on your hands after a crime, you could not plead innocent.
Oh.
You were not able to even plead innocent if you had blood on your hands.
Wow.
I would find strategy in that if I was a criminal. Like, I would commit a crime, put blood on somebody else's hands, and throw them to the police.
The bee's knees. Jazz age slang from the 1920s. Bees don't actually have knees of note. All right, for those of you out there, for you apiarists.
This is ChatGPT though, so if you are what did you say, an apiarist?
Apiarist, yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're gonna we're not just gonna call it beekeepers.
It's a word episode.
We're going apiarist.
I forget
today.
you know something about this, don't you?
It was just a nonsense rhyme and a trend of playful expressions. Things like the cat's pajamas or the elephant's adenoids. I am familiar with the cat's pajamas.
I've never heard the elephant's adenoids.
But I've never heard elephant's adenoids. I think I'm going to start using that one, though.
Yeah.
It meant something was outstanding or excellent. So that's the bee's knees.
But how does it connect, though? Just that it's so...
It was
special.
It was just a nonsense rhyme.
Okay.
So the elephant's adenoids is something that is really awesome, and
I'm gonna start using that.
That's the one I'm bringing back.
We need to tell Gen Alpha, hey, if you want to be,
elephant's adenoids.
everything retro is cool again, then this is where you need to go. I got two more, and then we can start drafting stuff. I think I know what I'm going to pick as my number one. Raining cats and dogs. One theory says that in Old England, heavy rain could wash dead animals through the streets.
Yes.
Making it look like cats and dogs had fallen from the sky.
That is what I have heard.
Yeah.
I knew that one because something I had read somewhere said that they would throw them on top of roofs.
Oh, really?
And so heavy rains would wash them.
So if your dog dies,
if you looked out the window and it was raining so heavy, you would see cats and dogs going past the windows. It's raining cats and dogs.
Wow. I mean, I guess that makes sense because they were so compact. They still are, but back then they didn't have, proper sewage, proper disposal, not a lot of yard space back then. So I guess that would make sense that you just toss them up on the roof and let nature take its course, let the birds pick at it and stuff like that. So that's fantastic. I mean, as the history of a phrase goes, that's fantastic.
Okay, I thought you were about to say, let's start doing that again. Let's bring back, throw them on the roof. Throw them on the roof. Okay, I feel like one of the things that we do really well in the South is Southern sayings.
Yeah.
Like Southern sayings are a thing of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, you come back now, you hear?
Yeah.
That's
and most of them are pretty self-explanatory.
I forgot about that. I have heard people say this before. You look about as happy as a tick on a fat dog.
Yeah.
That's a
that's
a specific
very
Southern
specific,
saying.
yes.
But ticks would, they swell up with blood,
mm-hmm.
and it conjured up an image of smug satisfaction. So you look at, as happy as a tick on a fat dog,
Yeah.
I like that.
I do like that one too. Spill the beans. In ancient Greece, people voted with beans. So spilling them early revealed the results before it was official.
Oh. Well, I have a bean one for you then.
Oh, for double beaning.
That doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
Oh.
A hill of beans. Another American folks phrase from the 1800s. Beans were plentiful and cheap, so even a whole hill of them wasn't worth much. It was popularized in a 1942 movie featuring Humphrey Bogart, Casablanca, when he said it doesn't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world.
Wow. I said that was going to be all I had, but then I came across one more that I liked. Skeletons in the closet.
Oh,
you hear this all the time about, some gossip or some tea.
Something that's, a little secret.
The story goes that medical schools once illegally obtained cadavers for study and hid them in their closets So the dark secret phrase stuck.
Wow.
So it was literally, they were hiding skeletons in their closets.
You ever heard this one?
That's all I got.
A watched pot never boils.
Yes.
Attributed to Benjamin Franklin.
Really?
Poor Richard's Almanac, 1785. The human perception of time or waiting makes things seem longer. This isn't my first rodeo. American cowboy culture. Don't judge a book by its cover.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I've used that many times. That's pretty straightforward, right? Like, just don't judge the contents of the book just on the design of the cover.
Yes.
Which we do a lot nowadays, let's be honest.
We do.
You know, and partly rightfully so. You know, if a restaurant has a certain look to it, there's a restaurant in our city that we both, before they opened, we judged the cover hard.
Big time.
We thought that place is going to be trash, and it ends up being pretty good.
The early bird catches the worm.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase.
That's a good phrase.
It was first recorded in John Ray's collection of English proverbs in 1670 to encourage diligence and early rising.
I'm going to go ahead and take Mad as a Hatter as my number one.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's not the most common of phrases that we've talked through, but I love the story behind it.
The story behind it is really good.
Okay. You have any others?
I mean, there's a lot of other good sayings, but
I've lost my ranker list.
You lost it?
I lost it.
Well, I still have it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, okay. You got it?
All right. If you have nothing else, I think it's time to draft.
Yeah, I'd say, we could keep going with them, but let's call it there.
Okay. And hey, I haven't even told you about this yet. I got some draft music for us.
Oh.
So we said we hadn't had a theme for it yet. Well, buckle up, everybody. I hit the button too early.
They've picked the best. Now it's time to pick the rest. It's time for the Best Things Draft.
Alrighty, now we have to fill out our bracket. So, you snuck in there and grabbed the first seed. So I'll go first, I guess, this time. And with my third pick, I am going to go. I'm looking back here. Oh, I made a list, didn't I? I knew I'd forget some. I'm going to take Face the Music.
That's what I was going
I want to take Face the Music. I like that drum line story.
Which one? Okay, you took Grain of Salt.
I've got Mad as a Hatter, Grain of Salt, and now Face the Music. You have Jumping on the Bandwagon and Close But No Cigar.
Let's see. That was my next favorite one. I'll say let's man.
This is a bop. I'm just gonna play the music while we wait.
I like that.
AI, by the way.
Tell me again, what are we trying to decide here?
I mean, I think for me, I'm going on the stories. I think the stories are the most interesting thing. Now, bonus points if the phrase gets used a lot and it's common, and it's just kind of, I didn't know that. That's how I'm judging personally. But you do you, boo boo.
Let's go with Get Off Your High Horse.
That's a good one. That is a good one. All right. Off High Horse. All right. For my fourth pick, I'm taking Saved by the Bell.
That's a very good story.
Yeah.
I will take Raining Cats and Dogs.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right. For my fifth seed, I am taking in the nick of time. I like the story of getting that payment in right before he adds another tick or another nick.
You know what? Let's put don't get your knickers in a twist. Just the fact that we have updated that one
Yes.
to modern day, it cracks me up.
It does crack me up too. I'm gonna take out the drop of a hat. Oh, that's my last one. Let me double check that. I like blackballed too. Yeah, I think. Oh, although I like break the ice as well. What did I say I was going to do? Drop of a hat? It's not going to advance very. Oh, I'm going to do pulling out all the stops.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one. All right, I'm filled up.
I think I'm going to go with break the ice then.
Okay. Okay, we have our bracket set. Time to figure out which one is the best.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
Okay, we have 12 things. We've got to narrow it down to one. What is the best phrase or the best story behind the phrase? We're going to have to help remind ourselves of some of these stories. Play along with us at home, wherever you're listening to this. And if you haven't done so yet, like we need to tell you, but please go subscribe to the pod wherever you're listening at this right now or watching it on the YouTubes. Helps us a lot. I know it doesn't seem like it helps us. And you may say, well, I don't listen every week. Well, it doesn't matter. Subscribe anyway. You should be subscribing, leaving us a review. That helps too, even though you don't think it does. Trust me, it does. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. First up, the 6th seed pulling out all the stops. Origin of organ players who would go at max volume and give max effort would take out the stops of their pipe organs to make it go louder versus get off your high horse, you person of influence and hierarchy, and get down here with us with the common folks. Pulling out the stops versus high horse. 3, 2, 1. Pulling out the stops. Man. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with you. I was really torn. And so I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
You didn't have to convince me very hard on that. In the Nick of Time versus Raining Cats and Dogs. These are both good.
They are.
Both kind of from the same time era too.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Raining Cats
Time.
and Dogs. We flipped. As a refresher, Nick of Time is when you put a little nick on a little ruler or something every month or whatever, and that would raise the interest rate, and people would come in to pay their payment just before another nick got put on there. Versus Raining Cats and Dogs has to do with death and death of animals putting on the roof, and it raining so hard that they're falling off those roofs into the streets. Aaron chose Nick of Time. I chose Cats and Dogs. Nick of Time, 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1, 7. Means it's 14. Raining Cats and Dogs, 3, 2, 1, 8. Yeah, Cats and Dogs win. Next we have Break the Ice, a small boat going around a large boat, breaking up the ice, used as a way to break the tension, versus Face the Music, drumline to disgraced military officers. 3, 2, 1. Face the music. Then we have Don't Put Your Knickers in a Twist versus Save the Bell. Save by the Bell, rather. 3, 2, 1. Saved by the Bell. I'm realizing I like the ones with death. It makes it more interesting. All right. Number 1 seed, jumping on the bandwagon. Literally people jumping on their favorite politicians' bandwagon, the one that was the fanciest, that had the most bells and whistles. Versus get off your high horse. Similar in a lot of ways. 3, 2, 1, jump in the bandwagon.
On the bandwagon.
Close but no cigar is the number 2 seed, the prize you would get at a carnival, versus raining cats and dogs. 3, 2, 1.
Close but no cigar.
Dogs. But it's raining cats and dogs. That was close, but close but no cigar. 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1, 7. It's 14. Raining cats and dogs. 3, 2, 1, 8. Raining cats and dogs. All right, the number 1 seed on my side, Mad as a Hatter, came about because hat makers had mercury poisoning and went crazy. Versus Turn and Face the Music, military turning to drum lines in disgrace. 3, 2, 1, Mad as a Hatter. Oh, it's hard. All right, Mad as a Hatter, 3, 2, 1, 8.
7.
Gives it 15. Face the Music. 3, 2, 1, 8. 16. Face the Music advances. My number 2 seed, Take It With a Grain of Salt. Back when they thought salt was medicine, you'd take the one with whatever you were putting down. Versus Saved by the Bell. Dead people ringing bells to say, hey, I'm not dead. 3, 2, 1, Saved by the Bell. Oh, it's hard. Oh, okay. Grain of Salt. 3, 2, 1, 8. Saved by the Bell. 3, 2, 1, 8. Grain of Salt. 1 to 100. 3, 2, 1, 84. So that's 165. You got to remember that number. Saved by the Bell, 1 to 100. 3, 2, 1, 86. 166 by 1.
By 1.
Saved by the Bell makes it. All right, jump on the bandwagon versus raining cats and dogs. 3, 2, 1. Jumping on the bandwagon. Turn and Face the Music versus Saved by the Bell. 3, 2, 1, Face the Music. And then we have Jump on the Bandwagon versus Turn and Face the Music. 3, 2, 1, Face the Music. Okay. I don't know. Jumping on the bandwagon, 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1, 8. Turn and Face the Music. 3, 2, 1, 8. Gosh, is this the most ties we've ever had? 1 to 100. Jump on the bandwagon. 3, 2, 1, 83. 163. Face the Music. 3, 2, 1, 83. Okay. Here we go to 1,000. I hate this level of math. Jumping on the bandwagon, 1 to 1,000. 3. Be kind on your numbers so we can do the math. That's all I'm saying. 3, 2, 1, 800. Okay, 1680. Face the Music. 3, 2, 1, 850. Jumping on the bandwagon.
It's a coin toss on these. Those are both great.
They're both good. Oh my goodness. By percentage points. I mean, I could have went either way.
I could have went either way as well. I like them.
I mean, honestly, a lot of these I could have pictured making it all the way.
I think I'm giving I like the story of the facing the music slightly better.
Yeah.
But I think the bandwagon phrase gets used just a little bit more
I agree with that.
today.
Yeah.
I would still like to bring back people facing the music, though. That's fantastic.
If we've learned anything, it's bring some of those old school punishments back. That's what we're going at. Okay, I think I know how this is going to go, but we're going to do it anyway.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
Alrighty. Is jumping on the bandwagon better? Is that story, Aaron, better than Domino's Pizza? If you could only have one of those, which one would you have? 3, 2, 1.
Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, I don't think there was a question on that one. And there you have it, everybody. Little classic episode of the best things. That was fun. I like that one. That was good. Are you ready to turn and face the music?
I think I'm gonna buy my own. What they use, like a snare drum.
just walk.
I'm just gonna get a strap for it, carry it around, and
I mean, you can have it on your phone now. Like you just
that's true.
Just have it ready to go.
Yeah.
People got to know what it means, though. But that's the beauty. Like they don't have to know what it means. You just start playing a snare drum. Everybody else will know. If you know, you know.
That's right.
Okay. Do you have anything else, sir?
I think my words have been exhausted.
Yeah.
For this episode.
All right. Then for the best things, my name's Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time, next week, in another day. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos from us. Craig, Aaron, what are you still doing? Go click the video.